I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Purple for the Win podcast with Andy Carlson. Come to you all off season long, covering free agency, the draft, OTAs, and then we're on to training camp. Get the show on 1500 ESPN, Podcast One, and the Podcast One app.
And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you're either there, Chiefy, so try and learn something together today. Website is demopod.com. We're also on Facebook.com/DadModePodcast, something like that. Twitter is at DadModePod. Just use the hashtag Mode. Joined today, back in the house, Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickason. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, Andy.
Do you accept random Facebook requests?
Not anymore, no.
Because are you like all locked down? Are you private?
I don't think I'm that private, which is probably why my job hunting isn't going too well. I might do some recognize some stuff shouldn't be posting, but lately I have been only accepting friend requests of people I know or have met. A lot of it due to I've friended a lot of Asuncion family, quote unquote family from the Philippines
from the
itself.
old country.
Yeah, and we may be related, we may not be. I haven't had too much confirmation, so I don't know.
You found out that the Asuncion last name over there is like Smith.
Yeah. The Asuncion name out in the Philippines is
or Magellan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Magellan, even though he died there, I'm sure spread a lot of seed. He's like Johnny Appleseed over there. He could be the Genghis Khan of the Philippines. Because was it 1 out of 5 in the continental Asia are direct descendants from Genghis Khan?
It was something like that. I'm with you on that.
I could feel it. I can feel it. Even though Genghis Khan had green eyes and red hair, but whatever. Because he was a step person. He wasn't Asian. He was conquered Asia and then populated Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. That's not the topic today. The topic today is driving with your kids. Now, it's something that we've touched on before, but it's ever evolving and changing, and it's an inevitable part of being a parent. Unless you live in New York City and then you just take cabs or the subway or whatever. But driving your kids sometimes, especially once they start doing sports and activities, taking them to tuba lessons, taking them to hockey practice, taking them to jazz recitals. You do feel like more like an Uber than an actual parent. You're like, oh, it's like driving Miss Daisy. I was like, I can't remember any lines from the movie. Who's Miss Daisy?
It's Jessica Tandy.
Okay. Wait, no. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was the Miss Daisy. The driving person was...
And the driver was young Barack Obama.
No, it was Morgan Freeman.
Have you ever seen the meme that shows how Obama's aged over 8 years in presidency? The first picture is him in 2008, and the second picture is old Morgan Freeman.
No, I haven't seen that.
No, but these guys, once they get out of office, especially if they've gone 8 years, just look like shit.
The power, we'll do an episode someday about it, the power of stress. Being president of the United States obviously is a lot more stressful than, a shift at McDonald's. And please, if you work at McDonald's and you listen to this podcast and you want to
Burger King, son, flame broiled America.
Yell at me about it, please try to. You can find me on Twitter. But, you have millions of people that you're kind of responsible for and, who criticize every move you make. And it's ridiculous. Your hair is gonna change some colors. Every president, I think, has shown it. Well, in the modern era that we can see, I don't think there was a before picture before Washington.
What hair color? Well, they all wear powdered wigs.
Yeah, I guess.
What color is Trump's hair gonna turn?
Black. They'll turn black.
It just turn jet black. So he'll look like Jerry Lewis at the end. He's like 80 years old, jet black hair.
So it'll be. He'll just all fall out or something. I don't know.
I get that's all very disturbing, though.
What?
Old people with jet black hair. That messes me up.
A lot of that's genetics. That's very.
No. When they dye it, and it's very
when they
obvious
dye it?
that's dyed. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of There's a few Ascension family members I think who've done that. Yeah, it looks unnatural, but many can keep their hair that black.
And if you're going to buy some jet black hair dye, do it on Amazon, dadmopod.com/Amazon. Take it right to the homepage, bookmark it. Every time you buy something, use that link. We're watching Temple of Doom right now because it's Sling TV. Now, they're not a sponsor, but Sling TV, phenomenal. I love this thing. It's $20 a month, replaces your cable, and you get live sports. You get ESPN, you get NFL Network, you get Fox Sports North, which is very big here in hockey and baseball country, and also it has like a DVD function or a DVR function.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think my friend Megan, she's getting sick of her cable provider, and she's in the middle of switching right now.
Do up Sling. I should get them as a sponsor. Anyways, driving with your kids. So my main beef is the car seats because, all right, so I understand that all kids are delicate flowers now. I understand that we've evolved from the 80s and the 90s where all cars were steel and 4 tons, and the safety seats for kids amounted to keeping them away from the ashtray. Just in case if there was a car accident, let's make sure that Junior doesn't fly into the ashtrays with all the dead Pall Malls.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, as someone who grew up in the 80s, I'm sure me and Andy could talk about this. We grew in a generation where, oh yeah, you know what? Car seats. That was just an optional thing. I grew up in a station wagon family, and that back wagon, oh no, that didn't hold your groceries. No, that held your kids. We were back there. We were making faces, and we were toddler. We were at an age where, we probably shouldn't have been back there. It's tough now to see it like that.
Yeah,
how strict they are.
Because we were talking about it at dinner, and I don't remember ever having a car seat. Now, I understand you're a young kid. You don't retain a whole lot of memories, but I honestly don't remember ever sitting in a car seat.
I would say maybe like the baby one, like up like infant age, but yeah, the boosters and stuff, like there's certain weights and height requirements they say now when driving a car that like they have to be in some type of like half car seat type of thing, which seems mind-boggling. And no, I know I was never anything like that. I was pretty confident I was in the front seat with my mom, toddler age.
All right, and also the whole backwards or forwards thing. So I'm just looking this up. In Florida and South Dakota, children who are 4 years or older can use an adult seatbelt without a safety seat. So they can just go YOLO. In Florida, no way. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's state by state. That's so. Gosh, how confusing is that if you live like on the border of like Georgia and Florida.
Florida to Georgia, they pull you over.
Yeah, I mean, do you have to pull over when you enter the other state? And like, oh, now you need a car seat. Oh, now you don't. That's too much stuff. I'm very much, I say just, I don't know. I'm mixed with this feeling.
All right, so looking up the history of car seats, it looks like in the 60s they were became prevalent, except I can't quite find when they became law.
It has to be late 90s, I bet.
Or probably how many times, like when you were a kid, car seats first became mandatory in the state of Tennessee in 1978, but that's just one state.
So if we want to look up like our state of Minnesota, I wonder what they would say.
Yeah, because I wonder if it was mandatory or like wink nudge mandatory. Because
wink nudge.
I'm fairly certain that when I was like 4 or 5, I was still sitting in the front seat, without a child seat, and you're not even supposed to do that. Oh, look at some of these child seats. They're ghetto. They remind me of like the cup holders that you Or oh no, when you're at the drive-through, and then they put the
Oh,
tray on your window.
Yeah. Like
That's exactly what these old school child seats look like. And yeah, because it hooks right over the old bench seat. You remember bench seats?
yes. I remember exactly.
I'm guessing it would be so much easier to have sex in the car, like back in the day, before bucket seats.
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, car seats. We had to. All right, so we had one to begin with that you could just bring in like the carrier, and then pop that in, and then we're on our way. Da da da. So, but now we have a universal one that can go with her, and it can flip around, which is able to turn around. So that's exciting. And obviously, you want your kid to be safe, but I feel like locking in a NASCAR driver, like in the Hans device, every time I put Muggsy in the car.
The what?
The Hans device came in after Dale Earnhardt bid it. I think it was at Daytona.
Oh,
It's the one that restrains your head.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. The problem I have with, seeing car seats today, and with families that have, eventually will have multiple kids. Usually, within couple years of each other. If you have like a 4-door sedan, I mean, your back seat is just, it's just where the kids sit. I mean, there's no seating for adults if you want to join them.
Yep.
It's when you have multiple, when you go past 2, I mean, it's almost mandatory. It should be almost a law that you have to get a minivan or
minivan.
What's another SUV or whatever?
Tahoe.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with Tahoe. Yeah. I mean, to make it all work. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if you have more than 2 kids, how you can get by without a people mover. Like, we've done shows. We've been proud minivan owners for I don't know, a year, 6 months, something like that. I love the hell out of that thing. But of course, the wife and I grew up in van families, so maybe that was easier. My family had a minivan. Crystal's family was from the circus. More of a caravan.
I go with that joke.
No,
right
I'm just kidding. She's not a traveler. She's not pikey. But a van or an SUV. Like if you got more than heck, even with 2 kids, especially once they start doing activities, just hauling gear and stuff, you're not going to fit a hockey bag and a tuba or a trombone in your car trunk. It's just not going to happen.
No, I can't imagine how that would be.
Yeah, that's what. Just so much space. It's nice.
I mean, you're definitely thinking that your household has to be a 2-car household, and and then you're definitely like one person has to shuttle the kids and one person does all the errands or something, or like you either designate that person in that specific car, or you guys do the whole fight over the car thing. My coworkers, I hear them fight all the time. Like, oh, I want to take this. I want to take the Lincoln. No, I want to take the Lincoln. Sorry, John, I'm throwing you under the bus there.
Is it a Navigator? Or is it a sedan?
No, it's a sedan,
Oh.
and the other person takes the SUV that that houses the kids.
Wait, is he are they the Lincoln lawyer? All right.
They're not the Lincoln lawyer now.
The everyone has a McConaughey except it's really just a Bill Clinton. All right.
If you slow it down, yes, the faster.
And so just getting Muggsy around, and I don't mind taking her to the store. She's very she's really good at the store. She doesn't throw fits. She doesn't like grab things off the shelf. She doesn't do anything like that. You get some times maybe she's tired. Maybe it's about nap time where she'll get a little, but that's expected. It's not like parents with kids that just completely act out in public, and also the parents don't have the dignity to take the kid away. They're like, we're doing our business. We're going to be in this Verizon store for an hour and a half because Mama needs the iPhone 7S. So we're sitting around as Junior is like going around drawing Johnsons on all the iPads. The types. I don't mind running around doing errands with Muggsy, and plus the wife takes the car during the day. I stay at home. I do some work, and sometimes we run some errands. Throw Muggsy in the van. Go to Costco, go to Trader Joe's, go to the grocery store, all that good stuff. And it's she's a good rider too. Sometimes she needs some distractions. I have found at her age, which is 18 months. I'm gonna be so excited when she's 2. So I'd just be like 2. She's 2.
I think she's 19 now.
That's close enough. Yeah. So the distractions, like she's not into the tablets yet. We'll usually give her a toy. She really likes her Etch-a-Sketch right now. She's really big into that. And also like a snack, the little pouches of applesauce and stuff. Money. Or those little cups that have have you ever seen the Saw one where the chick puts her hands up into the thing, except it's like razor blades, like angled, so she can't pull her hand out without completely like wrecking the hell out of her hand?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, those little snack cups with those little top things.
But not razor blades, they're plastic.
Yeah.
Lord.
Full of fiery hot Cheetos. Actually, I wonder how many parents would actually get pissed if I was feeding Muggsy fiery hot Cheetos.
I'd be pissed because they're fiery hot, or that Cheetos at such a young age.
Probably both.
I'd say maybe a third.
Because that's why I want to like. Baby food is always so bland, but what about other cultures? What about Singapore? What about India? Like very hot, spicy style food.
I've been eating a lot of Indian food lately because there's a restaurant by my work and they have a Indian buffet. So I've been dabbing in the curries and stuff. Man, dude, some of their food gets hot.
Oh yeah.
They can
also went to a Korean restaurant on Snelling. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but very authentic, really awesome Korean food. Spicy as hell. Because we are fiery people. Yeah, what about Korean kids? Yeah, I don't think they're eating kicks and plain oatmeal and white toast out there. I'm guessing they're drowning in kimchi, they're eating some octopi, and they're spicing it up. Yeah, but
possibly. Back to the kids thing in the cars. I kind of assume
feed your kids kimchi in the car.
I assume a lot of kids fall asleep in the car. That's kind of my, as the non-dad thing. I see a lot of, I feel like, when the kids get fussy or like when they get tired, like oh god, our kid's so crabby. Let's put them in the car and then knocks them out. Is that's a true thing, isn't it?
Never done that. You see it in every commercial though. It's like, it's usually a car or tire commercials where it's like, oh, this will put kids sound asleep. How smooth this ride is. Except. I actually don't know anyone who's actually done that. Like I don't lead off with that at like social gatherings. Like, so have you driven around in your car to put your kid to sleep? No, but I feel like that happens way more in commercial land than actual in like land.
We should do a poll online or something.
Yeah, but
I'd like to know. I feel like I had relatives that done that. Okay, good.
Well, why don't you just put the kid in the car and just run the car in the garage and then keep the garage door closed and you can both meet Yahweh together. No, just kidding. Don't kill your kids. All right, so I had a joke at dinner that did not go over well with the wife. Last week we did the episode about the dresser falling on the kid and how it's fake. Muggsy has this really nice, like real wood, like almost Amish style one where it's super heavy, right? And my whole thinking was like, well, if it does fall on her, it'll kill her, so we won't have to worry about having a maimed child. She did not appreciate that.
That was a half joke, but realistically, yeah, that's probably what happened.
Obviously. I would love my child if she was maimed. If she had the imprint of a dresser on her face. She's beautiful to me.
I would hate to see a school experience like when people, because people are gonna ask, why do you have a handle mark on your face?
Don't worry about it. As she gets older, I know have to be like the tablets, and we'll have the the pull down DVD player. Do you remember like in the early 2000s, like more early 2000s, where every rapper had to have when Pimp My Ride, every rap or MTV Cribs, every rapper had to have DVD screens in the headrest.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Why was that a thing?
people just wanted entertainment. Like they were trying to turn their car into not a car, but like it's a second home almost.
I mean, it's cool. I get if you're putting a PlayStation or something back there, but it's like, oh, hold on, we got to watch Scrooged, which was a great movie.
My family, I know, my niece and nephew, when they do road trips, like statewide because of visit family or something, having the DVD player, the portable one, like the one that kind of overlays in the back, you have that set up. I mean, it keeps the kids relaxed. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how did we survive without that? I'm assuming we were just, I don't know. I feel like for us, when we were younger, we grew up with more using our imagination. We had toys. We had we had like physical things that we played, actual card games. Do you think you'll play card games with the kids when they get older?
No, I'm driving.
Oh, well, I mean, well, what I mean.
Speaking of driving distractions, I feel like how many times do you pass a car on the highway where they got kids in the back or like car seats, and the mom is or dad is texting or yakking on the phone? I feel like it's one thing to be texting and driving when you're all alone. Or talking on the phone. Let's say, because texting and driving is illegal. So talking on the phone, even though that's illegal in some states too, but whatever. If you're all by yourself, whatever. But if you're in the stead of minors, some kids, maybe you got the neighbor's kids over, maybe you're taking everyone to a ball game or something, hang up the phone, asshole. I feel like that should be a law. If you have people under the age of 18 in the car, you can't be, well, A, you definitely can't be texting, but B, you can't be talking on the phone without a hands-free device.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So you can't physically have one hand on the phone held up to your ear. You have to have a Bluetooth or a speakerphone or whatever it is.
Okay, I can kind of see where you're coming from. A lot of people, they don't, a lot of people just nowadays, you don't take driving that seriously, but it's a privilege. You have a 2,000-pound thing attached to you, and you can easily risk and kill someone.
And driving's hard to do, as we've seen when we've had 1 inch of snow.
Yeah, we don't talk about the weather this week. That was awful.
And it's not so much the weather, because the Department of Transportation does a really good job getting the interstates cleared off anyways, but it's when someone has one minor accident and then they stay in the lane even though the car is fine to drive, like some minor fender bender. I get if it's a big accident, but whatever, but a little tap of the bumper and then everyone sprawls, everyone stops. It's like, we have to preserve this crime scene until the authorities arrive. No, asshole. Pull off onto the exit, or hell, even the off ramp, or just get completely off and let traffic keep throwing. Because how many times does traffic come to a complete standstill because there's a minor accident and they don't pull off to the side, they just stay in that lane?
We should have done some research. I wonder if there's new Minnesota laws maybe that if you're in an accident, no matter how big, how severe, you have to stay, or you have to preserve if police have to get involved or something,
Well, it's never like CSI Miami. Like, I understand if it's a major accident, like a front end of a car's ripped off, stay put, that's fine. But just a little tap. A little tap, tap, taparoo. Get your ass off the highway.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have when you see people pulled over, it's distracting all the other drivers, and then when you watch them pass by, and then oh man, I gotta take a picture of this so I can send to my buddies, and then you're gonna get another accident. It's
I'm not gonna lie. Effect. I don't take pictures, but I'm a big rubbernecker. I like seeing accidents. Oh. Well, I don't take pleasure in seeing them, but if they happen, I'm not going to say no.
Not going to say no.
Yeah. It's like if you go to a restaurant with a bunch of people, you're not going to order nachos. It's not you're not jonesing for some nachos, but if someone orders some up, you're not going to say no.
Touche.
Actually, weren't you jonesing for nachos the other week?
Oh, yeah. For New Year's, there's a place in South St. Paul called El Burrito Mercado. They sell a lot of good Mexican Mexican food, and they have a really good barbacoa that I use for to put on nachos. It's a nice pork. I forgot if barbacoa is beef or pork.
That's pork.
And you spread it over some nachos. You buy Mexican cheese, and not that craft stuff, but the authentic like that white queso cheese that they use in like Spanish restaurants. Oh man, it's good. I'll bring some over sometime, Andy.
Nice.
But it's with driving with kids. I don't know. I mean, when you have accents like this, I mean, you don't think about how. Yeah, I might be risking my life, but I'm risking, people I'm with, my loved ones, and you have to think of it this way though: if you get an accident, you're hitting someone who may have kids.
Yeah, especially if they have those insufferable like stick figure families on the back. I want to. So here's what I want to do. Like in the Dark Knight, where the Joker has this knife in his boot. He like clicks his heel and then like knife comes out the front of his boot.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I want to get that, and I want to stab all the tires of every car that has a stick figure family on the car.
You remember there was a Tosh Point, I think, where they did like a joke sketch or something, and where there was a car accident or something, and like there was a worried mother like is my family okay? And then the officer like goes to the back of the car and pulls off the stickers of the family like. Here you go. And then he walks away like a quick, and then just end
That's pretty
scene.
good.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Speaking of Tosh and explicit content, I'm relishing these final moments where I can listen to whatever I want in the car. So I can listen to rap, I can listen to Corolla, I can listen to Joe Rogan, I can listen to things with swears. And I know I'm coming up on the point where I can't do that anymore, where it's got to be KDWB or some sort of like Wheels on the Bus or Elmo shtick. Because I don't want the wife to be mad when Muggsy, like 3-year-old Muggsy, just like looks at me and is like, Daddy, what does titty fuck mean?
Wouldn't you be proud though if Muggsy can just start rapping and stuff like Hilo Muggsy goes, nowadays everybody want to talk like they got something to say but nothing comes out when they move the lips, just a bunch of gibberish. That'd be awesome.
Because she would be Nicki Minaj.
I was as young as I was as a kid, as young as I was. Let's edit that out. When my mom was always driving, because she took care of me most of my life, the one memory I will have is, and I'll always enjoy, is listening to the radio, and I can't wait until when I have kids, because, as Andy knows, I'm an old soul, and I love classic rock, I love 80s music, I love pop stuff, I'm going to be jamming to that, other than listening to podcasts, child-friendly podcasts, I will be cranking on sing-along music, classic rock and pop stuff, stuff that can be on the radio. I want my kid to absorb, and I want my kid's experience to be as well as mine was.
Well, I guess I could start listening to. Well, there are some like educational podcasts to listen to, like Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, Freakonomics, Radio Lab. So, maybe we'll have to start doing that.
Yeah, I mean, always an option. As I said, podcasts are now getting bigger. There's a whole serious thing, it doesn't have to just be the local stations, but I can't wait until my good time comes.
Yeah. That is all. So that's pretty much all we have. I'm sure we'll revisit this topic because it's not like I'm not going to be driving with Muggsy, and as she gets older and progresses, there'll be more angles and stories and all this crap. And so Temple of Doom. We're at the scene where they're eating with the like Indian prince sheik.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why did they shove the boa constrictor full of smaller snakes?
The snakes are all still alive.
That's why I want to know. That's what's important here.
This is the best scene. The monkey brains.
Also important is telling a friend about the show. Spread the word. You hang out with your parent friends, or hang out with friends, family, other kids, parents, everything like that. When you run out of things to talk about this show. Tell them about Dad Mode. Whether you're your mom, whether you're dad, whether you eat monkey brains in a movie and seem to enjoy them, or pass out like Cape Capshaw. we got something for everything. Just very casual, straightforward, common sense parenting talk on the show. It's also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Follow Nick on Twitter at Nickerson. Yay.
Yeah.
Follow the show at DadMoPod or me at Andy Carlson Show. And the website is DadMoPod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. Arrivederci. Uncle Tony came over from Italy, and we took him to Olive Garden. He was like, what is this shit?
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nickerson, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nickerson podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. From movies, television, music, anything pop culture, I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nickerson podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.